Hey guys, how y'all doing? How's your day going? And if you're just starting, how was your night? Hope you had an amazing and a beautiful night rest. For those of you who don't know this yet, my name is Praise and I'm currently tuned into my channel. So we have made quite a reasonable amount of progress. So today we're gonna be covering functions. Um Basically, functions are a collection of statements that carry out a specific task, which can later be called at any point in the program for to carry out the task which it was created for. So the syntax of a function is very straightforward. You call a function by using the def um, statement. Then you pass in your function name, for example, main, which is a very popular function name. And within your parentheses, that's where you pass parameters. You can leave it blank if no parameters are needed. For example, if I have a function that I just want to use to print something, no parameter is needed because the parameter wouldn't be called. And in this case, there's nothing to return. But if, let's say, I need to add something, let's say I want to add um a um sorry, I want to add b equals to x plus y. So I would need to receive parameter and I'll just put x and y here. So what this does is let the user know that whenever the function is called, the user will be required to input. It's kind of like the way input works in your normal program. So that's it there. Now let's let's just do something quickly and let me just show you something or as we go. Let's print b and let's save it. Now let's call the function. Calling function is just very simple. You just write the function name with the parentheses. Now we can pass the input here to require the input from the users. But let's run it first. Let's take everything step by step. Remember how to run your Python program. So you can see an error was passed. Now the parentheses had to be given here. So now what we do, we can either, let's say if we have a program that is running and in the program certain attributes were generated, the attributes we pass into here. Or we could manually pass the attributes or require input from users. So that's six, let's just pass 6 and 8. Let's save it. Now I've got it. Now what if we want to access this, like what is inside this attribute from somewhere else? Let's say outside the function we want to, let's say, print. Okay, let's do this. Let's just cut this. Now you can see, okay, so in Visual Code, or at least the theme I'm using, if the function exists, it will be blue. But here the B is white, so which means the function doesn't exist. So let's just run it. Let's assume my theme doesn't show that. Let's just run it. I'll explain why. We'll get an error. Alright, so another thing in Python functions is the return statement. So basically, what this statement does is affect how the output of the called function is gonna be presented. For example, say how like about this? Okay, say we define a number, we define a function that takes even numbers, and we're going to get a digit from the users, and we have like our whole code and everything inside the statement. But now for the return, we want to return conditionally. So we can say if n is the received variable, if n, you remember how to check if something is an even number, if n divided by 2 is equal to 0, return, will return n, else else will return none. And let's call our function. Now note, you cannot call a function that hasn't been defined. So whenever you're calling a function, it should come after the main function definition. Let's try 6. Oh, we didn't pass a print function. Oh, alright, now let's pass something that isn't even. Let's say 9. And nothing is passed. So yeah, what else do we need to cover in functions? Um, alright, now we have an idea of what functions are, but I guess like you may think, okay, like where have I used them? They said, "Ugh, there are two types of functions. We have the built-in functions, which is what we use like in our day-to-day programming. Like for example, all these print and other functions, some of which we even need to be imported. Those ones have already been created and are available for you to add to your project. And then there's the user-defined functions. These ones are the functions that you create using the syntax, which I just showed you now. So yeah, in Python you can we have stuff called anonymous functions. They are like, you know what, something is anonymous, it doesn't have a name, and they can usually be declared in like a single line using the lambda function. So it's a very simple syntax. Let's say for example we want to assign this stuff into a variable, or you can just assign it to a print. It depends on you. So you have equal to, then you call the lambda, and you're going to have the argument, like what you want it to pass. For example, you can use x, and then an expression or the statement that is going to be carried out, which could be, for example, x um raised to the power, or let's just say x divided by 2. Let's check if x is an even number. All right, so let's print it and pass a function for x. Let's use 6. Right, and it gives us the answer. So you see, it's like a very, very short function. Let's say if you just need to do a quick check or something. So you just want to create a very short line of code that you want to be able to call continuously. That's literally what it is. You can apply it in a quite similar way as you would in normal function, but it's not as effective. It is effective enough, but not as effective. So yeah, that's all there is to cover in functions. Functions, there's not really to it. That's basically everything there is. We can maybe in the next video cover global and local keywords whilst making use of function. Like remember I said in a function there's you cannot really access what is within the function. So we'll just look into that. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you aren't ready and give the video a thumbs up. See you guys next time. Bye.